priority, split lane priority, but it was up to no good. So starting off with that draft, Aurora right off the bat banning out the Matilda, and like I said, Alpha 7 doesn't want to deal with TNZ's Fanny.
Yeah, good research, right? I mean, that game, even though Aurora didn't get the dub, but that Fanny was doing work. Like you mentioned, Churros, and seems like Alpha 7A, let's not let this Fanny go again. Aurora now with the Jawhead Phantom. Very interesting considering that Apex 47 yesterday was able to deliver on that Jawhead. So it seems like Aurora, they're playing, they will approach this game to a different style. Now, Alpha 7 with their last ban, will they ban perhaps the Lui?
Definitely either Loi or just focus on TNZ's jungle. You got the Suyo or the Joy. They should be able to ban out one of them, but it will be the Loi like you predicted, Ghani. So Aurora Turkey might be able to snap pick the Suyo up. I think that is one of the most highly prioritized, and as Fabian said, it is so overpowered.
I think he saw that clip, right? I mean, oh my god, Flava Fave said that Suyo is OP. Let's pick it up first while we can. And Alpha 7 with this though, they got the negotiation is, I feel like, okay, Joy can be picked up at third, so they can prioritize perhaps if they want to take it away, the Selena, and also perhaps they can rock the EX, open things up like the high-lows perhaps early. I don't mind that.
Honestly though, I think maybe the Badang might work well. Kalea is on the tables as well if they want to snap pick that one up. I think it plays pretty decently against the Suyo. At least you can try to catch the Suyo off guard once he comes in.
I think that is a possibility as well. Kalea, Harith, right? The Granger is also selected. Granger Danger, right? Granger Danger will be picked up by A7 alongside, like you said, Kalea.
How do you deal with this Kalea? I think it's annoying, yes, but you do need some form of very early game burst damage, because once you have Kalea just making that combos count, and yesterday it was a really different pairing in terms of that gold lane. It was Falcons picking up the Beatrix alongside the Kalea, but right now with the Granger in the early game might not have too much damage.
So they're focusing on towards the mid and late as well. Aurora though, this Hilda gives me somehow, I don't know, this Hilda gives me a 50-50 vibes, but you know, again, in the EXP, it's a strong, gives you a strong hero, strong presence as well, and perhaps the rotation is what they're looking for, mobility, and Aurora, definitely with the Suyo and the Hilda, yeah, they want to play it fast-paced.
It really tells me like Aurora wants zonal control. I think it wouldn't surprise me if they pick up the Farsa next. So if Alpha 7 wants to give up that Farsa, wants to pick up something else, then Rosa might be able to snap pick Farsa up, or pick up a Sicilian or it will be the Sicilian, ban out the Farsa, denying Rosa of any of his comfort heroes. So might be, like you said, the Selena or the Farsa being banned out by Alpha 7. And for Aurora Turkey, they might be able to look at the EXP lane, which could be either a CC or a Gato or even a Badang. Possible?
Yeah, very much possible. Like you said, the Farsa here limited by Alpha 7. And now though, Aurora, they will try to perhaps limit the jungler as well, right? And I feel like Lucas is an answer to both. It can be flexed to the XP, can be flexed to that jungle position as well. And Aurora, they will take haste on towards the ban. Alpha 7, I feel like they should commit on towards another mid laner ban here. So out of the 5, potentially we have 4 mid laner bans from the side of Alpha 7.
Could ban out the Valentina. It will be a sort of like a comfortable ban. Then you're forcing Rosa onto something a little bit different, because you don't want to be able to risk that ban on a Selena, because you can face up against that. But they choose to ban out the Tigro instead. They are fearing Apex 47 setups, because yesterday, once you give him any form of setup whatsoever, he makes that count.
Yeah, and we know just how comfortable Apex 47 is on that TIG, and very spot on, right? Very spot on ban there. I think they want themselves to have an option to go for the Flicker instead of the Purify, and going up against a TIG, Mostly you go Purifier, right? And let's see though, Aurora with their last ban, will they commit to another potential jungler ban? Joy is still on the board, or perhaps they have something to counter that Joy. Instead, they go for the Hanzo. So yeah, they're letting the Joy go.
I think they have ways to counter a Joy, because once Alpha 7 picks up that Joy, it will be Aurora picking up a Badang for themselves. Maybe it will be disruptive to the Joy. Just lock her in place. I remember that one game, I think it was Influence Rage who got that Joy, scaling through the early game, snowballing through the mid game, but that late game, a crucial mistake, because Joy really needs to be in your face. And I think Aurora's counting on that. Definitely.
Then let's see here. Will Alpha 7, I guess, be ignorant? And yeah, let's just pick up the Joy because they're that confident in rocking and executing the Joy. Or will they pick up another hero? They need someone that can sandbag, right? And that will not be a hero that has a lot of HP though. They opt for another crowd control hero. And that is the Badang, like you mentioned.
Yeah. I think if they open up this Joy right now, I think Rosa could, for all respects and intents, could go for either Vexana or even a Xavier, just to deny the mobility that Joy has. A little bit less of a rotational factor, but it still works in big heavy team fights that Alpha 7 likes to play around. Now, for Alpha 7, there is not a lot of backline divers, so right now they want to go for the Eve. Yeah, a lot of zonal control at this point.
And also to somehow counter the range, right? You got the Granger, you got somehow the Sicilian who has an okay range, and with Eve, it really somehow deny the presence, the range presence. And with the Gatot, I like it, right? Some sort of a dive hero as well that can go to the Sicilian, the Granger perhaps, using the AOG.
You want to go for a Hayabusa in the last pick? Might be possible, but very risky because there's not much that you can assassinate. It's only the Eve, unless you want to go for the Alpha and play it safe, but then you don't really have anyone to go into the split side waves. But the combo that they have, the CC combo from Badang as well as the Kalea, will come through very, very strongly in the mid to late game, and I can foresee that once Takashi moves over into the heavy rotations, can leave Kingzilla, who picked up that Joy, on that side wave. So I think for both teams, Gani, which one do you prefer?
You know, I really like what Alpha 7 is bringing to the table, but now comes to the execution, and I feel like Rosa and friends, they're comfortable using this composition, so I'm still gambling. If I were to put my money, I give it to the side of Aurora.
Fair point. But you know, hey, for Alpha 7, easier to execute, lots of crowd control. They just have to find a way to maintain the side lanes, and that's going to be a huge problem if you're facing up against a Tianzi Suyo who's always going to be hammering you on that jungle. But right now, it's time to dive into the Land of Dawn, locked in and loaded. Let's freaking get it.
Let's go. Let's see here, right? Already we saw Harith natural spell using the Purify, a lot of crowd control as well, but I think
look at Apex.
Very annoying already on the Gatot Kacha, but still Kingzilla is able to get his purple. And now let's see here, 4 flickers from the side of Alpha 7, knowing that it's just the AOG who can flicker out, not a lot of crowd control from the side of Aurora, so they can use that flicker as an outplay potential when engaging, or an outplay for defending as well.
Yeah, I like how you said it, but in the mid side, Tianzi comes in and assassinates Syndra. That's first blood going off to him. It's only a minute on the clock, and Aurora Turkey really showing up with that momentum that they want to bring to the table. But take a look at the emblems. Anything that speaks out to you, Gani?
Weapon Master here, of course. It's a standard build if I have to skim. But yeah, the Granger wants some kills, right? Killing spree for that emblem as well. It's going to be tough, and let's see here.
Okay, coming in, Tianzi with a surge, takes on Kakashi, knocks him out by that wall. Kingzilla, Rhythm of Joy, try to split up that team fight. Apex 47 taking a little bit too much damage. They'll touch and they go. And Aurora Turkey has that discipline to stay afloat.
Yeah, that forces Lunar to to use that flicker as well. So perhaps we might see an even turtle fight later on, knowing that Syndra, his spell is also on cooldown. So let's see here, right? Apex still has his Revitalize, not yet level 4. Seems like they will take their time. It's going to be bloody, I feel like, unless Kingzilla concedes the turtle. It does seem like, rotation-wise, he doesn't want to contest.
Baguin already in position, but Tianzi wants to find out where the rest of the members are. Looks like Alpha 7 doesn't want to contest for this turtle. Takashi, low on health. Luna tries to keep him at bay for now, getting healed up by the passive from Baguin. Taking down that turtle, and they're rotating around. They don't want to commit into any big skirmishes as of yet.
Only a kill here for the first 3 minutes. And turtle take goes, not really bloody, no casualties whatsoever apart from the turtle, but it seems like they want to engage.
Ooh, here comes Baguin, living on a sliver, gets taken out by Rosa. AOG locks up 2, the fist crack comes in as well. Apex is opposite side of the wall. But Aurora Turkey takes down 2 as we speak. Alpha 7 just able to take down Luna for now.
Impressive engage there. Lunar got taken down, but Aurora they got too. So that's a very good trade. Knowing that Alpha 7 there, they weren't ready. They were not ready for a fight, but Aurora finds the angle there to fight. Ooh. Good flicker prediction there from Rosa.
Good read. But right now, it's 6 seconds to the next turtle spawns up. Alpha 7 Esports playing a pretty high performance game. Yes, they're on the back foot. Yes, they're playing defensively, but maybe that's all according to plan. Aurora Turkey is being super aggressive, but Alpha 7, as long as they hold the line and hold things out, Syndra might be able to deal some damage in the late game.
And I mean, Gusto Lagusta has not been touched as well, so that's a good sign for Alpha 7 Esports, right? Both of their main damage dealers later on in the mid or in the late is still A-okay. Sure, Syndra was taken down, but now it seems like Aurora, they want business.
They're out for blood. Tsunami Slam into the fray. Tianzi gets out safe. AOG locks up Syndra, able to flicker out to safety for now, but the orange buff actually goes in the hands of Tianzi in the end.
They want more.
Kicking things off, Baguin stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Will get taken out by Sigabum as Takashi and Gusta Lagusta scramble, try to find any defense for that top plated gold turret. On the bottom side though, as the turtle is being settled by Tianzi, Kingzilla in a spot of bother, getting chased by Lunar. All will be fine and dandy for now though. Aurora Turkey getting a lot of the objectives and are 2,000 gold ahead of the board.
Yeah, the lead is very evident in Land of Dawn here. 2,000 gold already in hand. Alpha 7 catching strays still, right? No objectives on the board. Sure, they got to kill the top lane.
Oh, Sigabum, that's a solo kill. Apex 47 just there, just to get some turret aggro, but here comes the Goon Squad. Apex 47 getting chased down by Takashi. The fist crack will not land as he got the AOG, but on the opposite side of the map, on the purple buff, Kingzilla gets taken down. This utter dominance in the early game for Aurora, but it's still Alpha 7 has that late game Sicilian on hand, so they might play their cards right and get to that late game. Baguin gets a slam down into the Sanguine Claws. Rosa forced to use a flicker back as Baguin unable to chase down Rosa for now to get out safe. The 6-1 the scoreline as Aurora's gold lead is constantly snowballing to 4,000.
Yeah, a minute ago it was 2. Now they doubled their economy here. Alpha 7 Esports, they need to just be careful, all right? Stay composed, not taking too much fights. They have to know here that they're behind on objectives, on gold, and on rotation. So Aurora here, splendid execution. They know just where to press the right buttons, and for now, perhaps the mid now, they might force on towards a fight as well, knowing that Lunar is, yeah, he can join in towards the mid later on soon.
Tsunami Slam into the fist crack, lands down on 2, but RWN actually pops up just to defend them. There's too much damage coming in from Tianzi, bursting 2 members down. They haven't lost anyone yet, but look at where Syndra is, getting chased down by Lunar, just keeping everyone at bay away from that jungle. That's a lot of valuable real estate that's taken away by Aurora. Here comes Sigiboom, dealing a lot of damage. He wants to find Syndra, taking a little bit too much, able to back off, but Lunar there as a rock wall to body block that shots coming in from Gusta. They got the eyes set on that T1 mid. Here comes Kingzilla, tries to find something, anything at all. The fist crack will land, but they flicker out safety as they only pick up Rosa. It's a good discount, but their T1 mid is currently sitting below half health.
They want more.
Again, Tsunami slams into that fist crack. That's a lot of damage coming in. Gusta Lagusta trying to find it, leading the charge, taking down yet another one. There's Lunar and Sigiboom getting taken down. Valuable charges there. Apex 47 AOG, but here comes Tianzi, tries to block any damage coming into that. Try to save themselves, but Guin finally goes down, and Tianzi goes crazy as well. Underneath that turret, Sanguine Claws won't connect onto Tianzi, able to get out safe for now. They're taking out 2 core members of Aurora, and Alpha 7 breathing some signs of life into their team fights.
Yeah, good execution there. Though Veguin needs to hold his horses, right? He really likes to engage, and yeah, he went out for the 4th time earlier. Then again, they got an important shutdown earlier on Rosa, and also another kill on Lunar. So on Siggy. So that's what they need to do. Choosing the right battles. It was 5K earlier, just trims to almost 4. It's still, though, Aurora just holding the map. The map right now is 60-40, 65-35 for Aurora.
Oh, on the bottom side, though, Tianzi getting caught by 3 members. Might not be able to escape, but here comes Apex 47 with the AOG, blocking them off. The L play, counterplay from Tianzi coming in. Aurora Turkey just counterplaying Alpha 7 Esports. There is just nothing that they could do. There's not enough damage as of now. The Lord is spawning up. Gusta Lagusta does have the Sky Piercer, but at this point, you're 1-1 and 2. Is it worth it, Gani?
Of course not, man. Of course not. And now Aurora, knowing that 2 members were just spawned, so now they have more control. Map-wise, Aurora, 6,000 gold lead. They got the Lord, and Alpha 7, they need to play Turtle now.
Literally from the first minute, Aurora is just sitting in A7's jungle. There's nowhere they can run, nowhere they can hide. Every bush is taken up. And Aurora Turkey just expanding that gold, and they look like they have this game in their backs. The Lord marching down the bottom side. What is the play for A7?
Again, Alpha 7, all they need to do is just give stacks to Syndra and also give minions on towards Gusta Lagusta, right? Because now this is the mid game, entering almost the late game. What they need to do is just farm and don't fight unless the opportunity presents itself, like Aurora overextending, Aurora blundering. But yeah, Alpha 7 cannot just engage with Veguin, because we saw a lot of times that Veguin engages, Alpha 7 paid the price.
Lord initiates that boom. No more turret defense from that T3 bot side. But A7 really needs to be able to handle that side lane split pushes. Who do they send to target that? Kingzilla? But he's so far behind of Tianzi right now. There was a 3,000 gold lead that Tianzi had when the items were shown. And right now, Alpha 7 is just back on that defense. Defensively, do they have a shot? They do have the Kalia and the Badang, but is it enough?
For now, it's not, right? Almost a 5-digit gold lead from the side of Aurora, 8,000 gold. And yeah, damage is very minimal from the side of Alpha 7. Taking a look at the items here, right? Okay, Ranger has the Malefic, but as you said, right? POD already secured for TNZ. And take a look at the items for Harith. He has the Holy Crystal. The Power Spike is there. The first Power Spike for Harith is there. And the Eve, not too shabby, has the Wishing Lantern. So Veguin Takashi, who is building semi-tank, still is able to somehow feel the damage coming from Rosa.
Yeah, that's a 4,000 gold lead by Tianzi right now. And A7 still back on that defense. Minions pushing down the bottom side. Aurora Turkey just holding and proxying the waves, waiting for that next lord to come up. A7 will not be able to contest for this.
Yeah.
Aurora actually giving a taste of what they felt yesterday against Falcons onto A7.
Yeah, for now, Alpha 7, they can't do much, right? Okay, Gusta Lagusta opted for that Sea Halberd to somehow provide damage on towards Apex 47, Lunar, and perhaps a shielding of Sigibum. So that's a very wise choice. Now let's see here, with the Wishing Lantern in hand as well for Syndra, can they make something after the Lord? Because technically right now, again, yeah, like we mentioned, Alpha 7, what they can do is just turtle in their base, give as much minions as possible towards Syndra or Gusta Lagusta, and yeah, just pray. Because right now, Aurora, 10,000 gold lead, all they need to do as well is not overextend, don't overcommit. If they don't, it's just a clean game from the side of Aurora.
I do have to agree with you. I know it is looking bleak for A7, and King Scylla actually on that Lord take. He popped that Retribution, and it's all according to plan as Apex 47 just denies that engage, a sweet engage or steal onto that Lord. So it's really macro-paced game coming in. Baguin all alone though is sucked in by 4. The Tsunami Slam over the wall, but Apex 47 might be able to survive this one. Turret down low, might not be able to run away as Gusta Lagusta takes that one out. RWM, last ditch effort to keep himself alive as the Sanguine Claws dealing a lot of damage. The Bat Slam, that impact from Syndra is starting to hurt.
Man, oh man.
Still in the charge though.
Yeah, I mean, for now it's okay, right? Churros, A7, they manage to defend their inner turrets, right? Their base turrets here. All 3 still standing. They only have to pay with Vaguin. Like we mentioned as well, Vaguin needs to, I guess, take it slow, right? Sure, thankfully only he was taken down there. But now, Alpha 7 Esports, with 80 seconds on the clock for that next Lord, I think they can have enough firepower to perhaps contest. Or perhaps they might sit this one out again.
I do have to agree with you. They can afford to take a reactive team fight instead of going for the full aggression, because Gusta Lagusta does have enough damage to slowly whittle them down, but it's all up to Vaguin and Takashi. And yes, I do have to agree with you again. 1, 6, and 4 for Vaguin not having good performance on this Kalia. It's basically like flipping a coin at this point. You pick up the Kalia, you do have a lot of nice little engages, but whether or not your teammates can back you up in terms of that damage is yet to be seen. So Vaguin getting caught up here. Let's look at a replay real quick. Nice little throw over the wall. But Apex 47 waited a little bit too long for that dash out of the way.
A little desperate there from Vaguin. But technically, they don't have to get that desperate just yet, right? So again, what they need to do is just stabilize here. It does seem like they might look for an angle to contest this next Lord, which is coming below 10 seconds. If not, then I guess they have 3 turrets. So I guess they can just fully defend and bank on Sicilian and Gusta Lagusta to clear. But let's see. Aurora, though, they're taking it slow, knowing Lunar is still top side.
Ooh! Vaguin with the conceal and the flicker, Tsunami Slam into their face, but the RWM stalks them in their tracks, and Sigibum dealing a lot of damage, taking the charge. Takashi, the fist crack and the barrage will not keep them aside as Gusta Lagusta eventually takes down Apex 47, but that's a discount. They lost Vaguin, but that was such a great engage. It was just that follow-up from A7. I guess they were not expecting that as well. Damage coming in from Loza was way too much. Lords get taken down by Tianzi. The lanes are pushing in, and A7 back on that defense yet again.
Yeah, it's somehow they predicted that engage, right? Once Lunar showed top side, Aurora, they were ready that Alpha 7 is going to jump on them. That winner crown really stops that engage. And though Apex 47 somehow paid the price as well. It's a roamer for roamer, but Aurora still, they get the Lord. They can, with their firepower right now, 9,000 gold lead going 10K very soon. I think they do have enough firepower to just close this game out. Alpha 7, they need to play their cards right, because technically they have enough firepower as well to defend if Gusta La Gusta and Syndra is in prime position.
So 17 minutes on the clock so far. Kingzilla almost getting spotted out there by Tianzi. Takashi really hitting the nice little fist cracks, but it's not enough time for Gusta La Gusta to just follow up and deal that barrage of damage. It's so difficult also for Kingzilla to play that split push game because Luna's always on them. The AOG locks up 3. Here comes Tianzi from that back line, taking out 2. He finds that angle. Immortality all popped up. Luna trying to body block, trying to keep Tianzi alive. But here comes Takashi, locks all of them on the wall. Kingzilla barely surviving. Winter Crown bought a little bit too late, but it's Gusta La Gusta against Sigaboom and Apex 47 1 versus 2 as the waves pushing in. This might be it, Gotti. This will be it. A Sigaboom will take down the throne and bring us to the next game as 1-0 for Aurora.
Well, another Turkish delight performance from Aurora.